If they had access to the Devil's House, I doubt they were sent there by some health organization. Cypher used them, and would have eliminated them eventually. But we'll protect them here. They've agreed to that. After all, we helped them out of the country as promised. The mission's complete. But boss, they've been behind the curtains at Ngamba. They examined the patients there nearly every day. They told us the patients were being made to listen to voices on tape. But the male target added something interesting. He said he doesn't know what was on the tapes because there was no English version. Of all the voices that were shoved down those people's throats, English wasn't one of them.
Boss, staying on the battlefield that long will have a negative impact on your health. Why not head back to Mother Base for a shower once in a while?
The boss is back. Let's go refuel and load up on artillery.
We're good to go, Chief.
What's the matter?
Boss, about Eli.
Welcome home, boss.
I'd heard that one product of the Les Enfants Terribles project went missing in Africa. The age would be about right. Now, I'm not saying I think it's Eli, but I want to run a genetic test all the same. Don't worry, I'll have it done without him noticing. The test may take some time, but I'll tell you as soon as we have the results.
This is P-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Development project has been added.
This is P-Quad. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
Please specify a project. Development project has been added. Please specify a project. Plant expansion complete. Please select a mission. Mission accepted. Heading to Central Africa.
Mission objectives are to extract the child soldier's commander and their captive, the General's number 2. This child soldier platoon decided to break away from the Mbeli militants. They took the number 2 captive and have occupied an abandoned village. Start by checking that location on your map. Boss, the child soldiers will treat you as an enemy, but they're just kids. See that they don't get hurt. Reconnaissance is best conducted from high vantage points. I've marked a good spot on your map. Take a look at your iDroid.
The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. You have arrived at your destination. updated.
Extract him.
The map has been updated.
Another group of child soldiers. No, must be a squad they had out on patrol. Security will be tighter now. Watch yourself.
Select a landing zone. Support helicopter
Roger.
requested.
Boss, another child soldier has... Looks like they had more than one patrol. Don't hurt any of those kids. Disengage, or use your tranquilizer pistol or CQC to put them down gently.
Arriving shortly at LZ. This is Pequot. Have arrived at LZ. Will stand by.
Alright, now you just need to extract the general's number 2. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. You have arrived at the
stand the shock of a full extraction. Get him out by chopper.
The map has been updated.
Okay, that's the General's brother, his number 2. Get him out of there, boss. That's the target prisoner. He's injured. Looks half-starved, too. There's no way he can stand the shock of a Fulton extraction. Get him out by chopper.
Support helicopter
Rangi ya
requested.
General ya Bakala Ilungu Mosi Tata ya Bankaka na Mono Elaka Mono Mambu General Saraka Bantu ya Buta ya Mbele Etinkaka Mosi Beto Nyoso Ebampangi Akampi Dina Yai Kentangu ya kufutuka diaka ni mafe menga kekilo kampasa lambi kekilo
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ.
You've completed your objective. Now get out of the hot zone.
Gaining altitude. Warning.
Extraction arrived
Good work.
at the base.
Mission complete. Great work. Boss, about how we report this one to the client. I'll tell them we took heavy resistance from the renegade platoon and the hostage was killed in the firefight. Also, their leader wouldn't let himself be taken alive. I doubt the client will pay us for this one, but we got a big enough reward from the General's number 2 instead. And as for the number 2, he's saying he wants to join Diamond Dogs. I guess he knows what that means for him. He said, if I'm working for you, I can be number 2 or number 200 for all I care.
Boss, we have an emergency. Many of our staff are falling ill. At first it seemed like a common cold, but before we knew it, blisters started popping up on their chests and... Damn it. I'll fill you in at the ACC. Just get in the chopper.
Mission
Look
list
closely.
updated.
Those are the symptoms of the infection on Mother Base. The blisters on the body were full of tiny worms. Parasite larvae, most likely. But we couldn't find any adults. It doesn't seem to mature in the body, like a spargatum. We don't know the root of infection, or what causes symptoms to develop.
Boss, do you remember seeing these symptoms before? The bodies floating around in the oil facility, the bedridden test subjects at the Devil's House. This epidemic looks just like what we've seen on our hunt for Cypher.
So this is the weapon of mass destruction Cypher was working on in Africa.
Boss, the situation is urgent. We need to quarantine the infected and contain the pathogen. Priority now is to prevent more casualties. But the problem is, how do we tell who's infected? During the incubation period, we have no way of knowing who's clean. You'll have to try and guess who's infected before they go symptomatic and quarantine them. That'd be easy if we just knew the route or vector of the infection. From now on, if you even suspect a staff member's infected, use your iDroid to order them into quarantine. Given the situation, the men won't submit to quarantine just because I or the medical team tell them to. But they will listen to you. Of course, it's just a temporary measure until we find a permanent solution. But at least they'd be in solitary isolation so they won't infect each other, and we get the mental care they need. If we do nothing, we'll only lose more people. We have no choice. Boss, open your iDroid. I'll explain how to quarantine staff members suspected of infection. Go to the Mother Base menu and select Staff Management. First, take a look at the quarantine facility we've set up. We'll isolate anyone who's already symptomatic at the quarantine facility. But we have to expect that there are multiple staff who are infected but asymptomatic. So how do we identify them? At present, we have no way to tell them apart. But there has to be something for us to go on. If you notice anything, reassign staff you suspect are infected to the quarantine facility. We'll monitor them and then contact you if there's a change in their condition. Correctly quarantining these asymptomatic infected will reduce the number of new infections. You should continue with your missions as usual. If Cypher is behind this, going after them should help us determine the root cause of this epidemic. Also, until we identify the pathogen, we can't fire or dispatch any staff. We cannot let this thing spread. Boss, get to the bottom of this fast. We're counting on you.
Boss, a new job's come in. It's a hit. I'm the human trafficker who sent Shibani and the others to Nzoya where you ran into Skullface. The thing is, this guy might know something about the disease that's going around Mother Base. The symptoms are similar to the ones we saw at that factory. Start by checking the mission details on your iDroid. The target is a PF logistics officer who works as a human trafficker on the side. The client wants him dead. He's currently on the run somewhere on the savannah with bodyguards. Unfortunately, we don't know what route they're taking. All we have to go on is a coded transmission sent by the PF at the Ditati abandoned village. It appears to be a workup of the target's security plans, but to decipher it, we'll need an intel file with the encryption key. This key should be at the comms facility at the Ditati abandoned village. Check your iDroid to see what the target looks like, as well as the location of the village. Find a route. Find a man.
Be careful down there, boss.
Marker placed.
Abandoned village. That's where the enemy PM's coded transmission came from. There's got to be a transmitter there somewhere. It could have the intel file containing the encryption key. Look for an antenna.
The map has been updated.
He's coming too. Roger that. Boss, that prisoner you extracted was a civilian abducted Safety. I don't get it. Why an NGO? Why run to someone else for help? You gonna extract him?
Alles gespannen, bis omgeven. Uit! Alles gespannen, hier, aanvalspositie. Alle eenheden, aanvalspositie.
Snake, talk to me! Snake!
Boss, the target is moving across the savannah. Find him and eliminate him. Unfortunately, we don't know what route they're taking. Find the route. Find the man. All we have to go on is a coded transmission sent by the PF at the Ditati abandoned village. Route plans, but to decipher it, we'll need an intel file with the encryption key. This key should be at the comms facility at the Ditati abandoned village. Check your iDroid. Location of the village. You made it to the Ditati abandoned village. That's where the enemy PF's coded transmission came from. There's got to be a transmitter there somewhere. Boss, the target is moving across the savannah. Find him and eliminate him. Unfortunately, we don't know what route they're taking. Find the route. Find the man. All we have to go on is a coded transmission sent by the PF at the Ditati abandoned village. It appears to be a workup of the target's security plans, but to decipher it, we'll need an intel file with the encryption key. This key should be at the comms facility at the Ditati abandoned village. Check your iDroid to see what the target looks like, as well as the location of the village. You made it to the Ditati abandoned village. That's where the enemy PF's coded transmission came from. There's got to be a transmitter there somewhere. It could have the intel file containing the encryption key. Look for an antenna.
The map has been updated.
Shut! Alles geht aboard!
Civilian abducted by the target. He says the trafficker is trying to make contact with a human rights NGO. He hopes that by handing over his list of buyers, they'll guarantee his safety. I don't get it. Why an NGO? Why rent to someone else for help?
Caution, rain approaching.
vergelijk. Alles gaat vullen. Het lijkt me goed aan de mannenkant in de lucht staan.
The map has been updated.
Okay, subject is in.
Target is on the move somewhere on the savannah. Problem is, we don't know what route he's taking. It's too big a search area to cover without more information. If you can find that intel file, it could give you a lead on him.
Marker placed. Marker placed. Marker placed.
He's inside an enemy outpost. That leaves us no choice but to eliminate him in the outpost. And it won't be easy.
Ons weet dat dit uitcheck. Op my bevel. Hæ? Wat gaan aan?
Guard post captured. The map has been captured. Marker placed.
Targets there. The security forces must know something. We're getting them to talk. The target's made it to the enemy post. It won't be easy, but we still need to eliminate him. The post's location is on your iDroid. That's Kaziba camp. You'll find the targets there. The security forces must know something about the targets. Why not try getting them to talk? Target's made it to the enemy post. It won't be easy, but we still need to eliminate him. The post's location is on your iDroid. That's Kaziba camp. You'll find the targets there. The security forces must know something about the targets. Why not try getting them to talk? whenever you see fit.
The map has been updated.
Target confirmed dead. Your objective's complete. Exfiltrate out of the hot zone by chopper or on land.
Please
Don't hang around.
support helicopter requested. Marker removed. Extraction arrived at another base.
This is Pequod. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is Pequod. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude. Departing.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Mission complete, boss.
Mission list.
Boss, we finally heard from one of our missing intel
To
team
Mother
members.
Base.
He says he has a solid lead on the epidemic.
Ngezaba tata na mono intangu yandi ivandaka ke sawa namin.
Ke salaka tata nange mingi.
Eli lolu la mono muzolaka vekutuba.
Ukizina nge bingi laka mono. Ukizina nge bingi laka mono.
Hey, Tepe, Eli, what's the matter? Fighting will get you nowhere, Eli. Cut it out, kid. That ain't a toy. Eli.
Don't call me that! I'm not a kid. You hear me?
Enough.
On the battlefield, they use one another's nom de guerre. But here, we insist they use their real names. Well, that hasn't sat too well with Eli. Or should I say, Unyoka ya Mbempe. He thinks his boys are letting us grown-ups walk all over him.
Development project has been added. Please specify a project. Please select a mission. Please landing zone confirmed.
Roger.
This is P-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. On station at LZ! Gaining altitude.
Clouds approaching. Clouds approaching. Clouds approaching.